There's something ain't right with these lads. Today we're going to be talking about Pox Waaaghers.
Anvil of War! Conversion Corner! Death God!
So these were my converted Pox Waaaghers used from an Orc Boys kit. We used Chaos Spawn bits, and I fondly call them my Pox Waaaghers. Big shout out to my friend Scott for making this possible. He's a local Orc warlord who gave me a bunch of Orc Boys to kind of mess around with, and I had a ton of fun making these guys. I have 20 Orc Boys that have been chopped and hacked apart, and you know, they got bones and tentacles protruding from them, most of which came from the Chaos Spawn kit. Like, you get so many different kind of growths and mutations in that kit that it just made sense. Like, it was like, this is going to be super possible to make kind of that Pox Waaaghers look where they have like the spikes and stuff. So I kind of, Pox Waaaghers, they can be divided into, well, they start as a unit of 10, right? So I had 20 Orc Boys, and I decided to do 10 of them kind of very tentacle with like green skin, like they're still kind of the green skins. And then 10 of them were like all spikes and bones protruding, and their skin has gone pale because they've been dead for a little while. In a big mob, this looks great because, you know, they're all quite similar, but they have two distinct looks if I wanted to make them 2 units of 10. These guys, you know, I use them in a horde on the table, so being all mismatched, it just makes that look complete, you know, when they're not necessarily all matching, but all being unique, it's a ton of fun when you're looking at it. And I think my opponents always get a huge kick out of it too, because they're like, wait, are those orcs? And it's just like, yeah, but they're Pox Waaaghers now, you know, they're dead. These are mostly Chaos Spawn pieces. A lot of the bones, a lot of the tentacles, all of that was from that kit. I had about 2 kits of Chaos Spawn that I had thrown together, and just the sheer weight of bits that was left over from that, I just kept them all because, you know, always keep your bits. And then it just kind of made sense when I had the orcs. It was just like tear an arm off, throw on a tentacle, you know, butcher a hand off and add a spiky bone bit, or, you know, use some green stuff and kind of make that like gore dripping out of them. This made for, you know, when you're playing my Death Guard army, it makes it very visual. Like, that's a different unit compared to, you know, like the dedicated Games Workshop models for Pox Waaaghers, or the old Plague Zombie models that I have. You know, you can look at my army and see it's a huge horde of zombies, but it's very distinct in which unit is which, and it makes it easier for me too, right? I'm not like, which unit is this model in? It's quite obvious. Just based on the way that they're modeled. This is a pretty easy conversion. I mean, you can have a ton of fun with it, you know. You could do this with guardsmen too. You could do this with pretty much anything you want to convert into that like undead, mutated look. Just start cutting hands off, cutting heads off, cutting legs off, you know, and then just finding those bits to add some character to those models. And then all of a sudden you'll find that, like, wow, I have 20 unique models. You know, this is going to be also a lot of fun to paint because like no 2 models are the same. Just have fun with it, you know, like there's no right or wrong way to do it. So I had a lot of fun making my Pox Waaaghers. They were kind of my pride and joy for a little bit. I shared them around the orc community, got some feedback, got some flames, because people don't want to see their orcs all turn rotten, I guess. But I can't wait to showcase these guys for you with Typhus and the boys.
Sponsored by...
Thank you guys for watching Anvil of War Gaming. Don't forget to click, like, and share our videos just to the left or down below.
You're in my spot.
Closing thoughts? No, I can't say closing thoughts. There's something ain't right with these lads.